everyone, and welcome to Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. In the news, a 23-year-old Winnsboro man was accused of wrestling another man to the ground and then swinging a pocket knife at him Tuesday evening. According to police reports, the disturbance started when the man became upset when a woman chose another man as her boyfriend. Sulphur Springs police officers were dispatched to an apartment complex on Helm Lane Tuesday at around 6:30 p.m. on a report of an active disturbance involving a knife. Dispatcher also told officers the man was using a four-way tire iron on a vehicle at the apartment complex. When officers arrived, they were told that the man had driven off. Officers put out a description of the man's vehicle to Hopkins County Sheriff's deputies. Deputies stopped the man's vehicle on State Highway 11 East near County Road 2389 at around 7 p.m. Tuesday. Cody Gene Pyron was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and with criminal mischief. Bond for Pyron was set at $50,000. The Sulphur Springs ISD Child Nutrition Department is announcing a change to its policy for serving meals to children served under the National School Lunch Program and School Breakfast Program for Douglas, ECLC, Barbara Bush, Bowie, Lamar, Travis, and Sulphur Springs Elementary School for this coming school year. Those schools qualify to operate the Community Eligibility Provision, or CEP, program and will provide breakfast and lunch to all children at no charge and eliminate the collection of meal applications for free, reduced price, and paid student meals. This new approach reduces burdens for both families and school administrators and helps ensure that students receive nutritious meals. However, students in grades 6 through 12 who wish to receive free or reduced price meals for this coming school year must go through the application process similar to previous years. The application can be obtained online or in the form of a paper copy available in English and Spanish. More information is available at the Sulphur Springs School District website at www.ssisd.net.
With Terrific Tuesdays, purple is the color that signifies Alzheimer's, and they are looking for ways to raise money for Terrific Tuesdays. They have the annual Walk to Remember, which we're going to find out about, set for October 3rd. There are a number of mini walks leading up to the October 3rd event, which this year will be downtown on Celebration Plaza. Let's meet Director Tammy Reardon.
Well, what the Walk to Remember does is not only bring awareness to our community, but it also is enabling people to find help, in not only with Terrific Tuesdays, but with other services that are local to help families going through Alzheimer's, dementia, things like that.
If you have only known of others who, and it has not come into your family, you will kind of go into another world when your loved one is experiencing this, and thus you are experiencing the effects of it. So that's what the Walk to Remember is set up for, and it's a beautiful concept. The Terrific Tuesdays is something that functions on a weekly basis for these same people.
Yes, it is a day respite program to give caregivers a break. So that they can do what they need to do for the 5 hours that we will help take care of their loved one. We have a lot of fun doing crafts and games. We have volunteers that we try to be one-on-one as much as we can, and then we also have volunteers that make us a homemade lunch every week as well.
Okay. Those with Alzheimer's, dementia, who can come down to Terrific Tuesdays, they'll have a companion with them for the whole length of time they're there.
Yes.
They also get a break from their usual home environment.
Yes, we try to, get their stimulations going. We listen to music. We get their hands moving with crafts and great conversation, playing some fun games, walking, just things that you'd gets you stimulated and gets you moving instead of sitting at home and things. And like I said, and giving that caregiver a break.
Right, and it's sort of like a party for them.
It really
is. It's kind of a party atmosphere.
We do have a party every week. It's a lot of fun.
Well, in order to continue to provide Terrific Tuesdays every Tuesday, and that's at First United Methodist Church.
Correct.
You need funds, and that's what the Walk to Remember does.
Yes, the Walk to Remember is our only source of funding for our Terrific Tuesdays for our program. And we've changed things up a little bit this year.
Okay.
We are doing our walk at Celebration Plaza instead of where we've had it in previous years. And we've also changed the time to enable more people to be able to come. So it'll be at 10:30 in the morning instead of the evening that we've had in previous years.
Okay. Well, so this going to be a Saturday morning?
It is a Thursday morning.
A Thursday morning, downtown Celebration Plaza. And the date?
It is October 3rd.
Okay. So there are the mini walks that lead up to the major Walk to Remember on October 3rd.
Yes.
And they are held where?
Well, we have them in a lot of different places. We started off with one at Terrific Tuesdays on the 10th of September. And then following that, we're at Sulphur Springs Health and Rehab. We're at the Senior Center.
Okay.
Wesley House. Pioneer Crossing is a new one this year. We're adding them. Hopkins Place, Carriage House, Rock Creek, Sulphur Spring Imaging Center, as well as Sunny Springs.
Okay. And those will be in a succession of weeks, is that right, or days?
Yes, they start in September. September 10th is the first, and the last one is on the 27th.
Okay. So we are basically about 6 to 8 weeks out from the major walk, which will be October 3rd.
Yes.
Okay. There are people listening who may not have ever known what Terrific Tuesdays does, or maybe not even heard of it. But if this becomes a necessity for their life, then they'll find out what a treasure that it really is and what it provides.
Yes, and we become a family. We become close not only with the member that has dropped off, but we also become a family with the caretakers, and are there for them whenever they need it. Try to give them the correct resources when is needed for them. Even if they can no longer come to Terrific Tuesdays, we still try to help them as much as possible.
This is true. My mother was able to come to Terrific Tuesdays part of the time, but we knew that even though a lot of Tuesdays she was not able to attend, it was still something provided in our community for people, I would say, like her.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Their complete way of life has just been disrupted. They don't remember. They may not know who their loved ones are.
Right.
But yet their physical health allows them to still be up and at their home.
Right. And either at their home or living with a loved one. Some of our members also live in some of the homes in the area, and Trax brings them to us so that they can kind of get a break, get out of their home, and see something new, and they feel like they're coming to a club is what they call it. A lot of them call saying that they're coming to a club for to hang out with their friends.
I love it. I was a caregiver for my mother for a number of years, and she passed away last October, so almost 1 year. And I know that having that time to yourself is very valuable.
Yes. Just like a mom needs to recharge her batteries to be 100% for her kids, the roles just kind of flip. You need to recharge so that you can be there for your loved one. Mm-hmm. It's very important. You have to take care of yourself.
I know there may be others who step in through the day that do different duties or functions in the day of a person who has memory loss that is still at home. But still, that next of kin or caregiver, personal caregiver, is a very taxing role.
It is.
But yet, looking back, I see it was a very rewarding role.
Yes, and we also have a support group that we run once a month on the fourth Tuesday of the month at 2:30 at the Methodist or First United Methodist. And at that time is when caregivers, whether they're part of Terrific Tuesdays or not, or some have loved ones who have passed, but they still feel like they're there to help others going through this process, because it can be very difficult, and there's a lot of questions people have, and so it's great to get together with other people going through a similar situation and able to talk it through, get other people's ideas, what worked for them, things like that, just to kind of help them through the situation, because it can be very difficult and you can feel lost as a caregiver because it is all new to you, and it can change daily.
This is true. Well, you have some events planned, and you were talking about one in particular here.
Yes, Hopkins Place is going to be doing a fundraiser for Terrific Tuesdays as part of the Walk to Remember, and it is a pirate-themed lunch. It's only $5 for, you can get a hamburger or hot dog with some sides and a drink, and you can just need to call over at Hopkins Place. It's on Friday, August 23rd,
Okay.
11:30 to 1:30. It'll be in their garden at Hopkins Place.
And it is a lovely place.
It is a very nice place.
So is that almost the first of the string of events?
It is. That is the first of a string of events. This is what we do is a lot of the homes in the area have a friendly competition and who can raise the most money for the Walk to Remember. So they do fun little fundraisers or things like that. And so this is Hopkins Place's first fundraiser to put their foot in the pool.
Okay.
To win.
Okay. Okay.
And
Well,
they get a plaque at the whoever wins gets a plaque at the walk.
all of the mini walks, including this first one on August 23rd, are fun events. They're not long. They're
No.
kind of a come and go type thing, but all leading up to the Walk to Remember, which is a big, large, and very
Yes.
rewarding event.
And we're actually making it bigger this year.
Okay.
Being that we're doing it in a new location and a different time of day, we have talked to different businesses in Sulphur Springs, and we are going to be having food this time.
Okay.
We are going to be having hot dogs. City National Bank is going to be providing hot dogs for us. The Potato House is bringing their popcorn popper out. The Outfitters store is going to be bringing bottled water. The Grind is bringing some coffee. Plain and Fancy is making some cookies. And Sass and Classes, they're going to surprise us with what they're bringing. We've got other things happening, as well as a lot of good resource for people that are going through things. There'll be different insurance places there, as well as home health, hospice, different things like that will be there as well.
Well, and let's don't think that this is a 1K or a 5K and you've got to walk and
No.
qualify for anything. You can walk if you would like to walk the track, which will be the Celebration Plaza
Yes,
sidewalks.
it's just a stroll is really what it
Yeah.
is. And it's walk at your own pace. There's no competition at all. It's, in fact, the entire time you're walking is walking by different resources for you to learn.
Okay, that's right. Well, and it's just an outward gesture that you are in support of
Yes.
Terrific Tuesdays when you come to Walk to Remember.
Yes.
And so briefly, the mini walks are from what dates to what dates?
Okay, our first mini walk is at Terrific Tuesdays on September 10th, starting at 10 a.m.
Okay.
And then it goes to Sulphur Springs Health and Rehab the next day at 10:30. The following day is at the Senior Center at 9:30. And then Wesley House has theirs on Friday the 13th at 10 a.m. The next week, we have Pioneer Crossing on the 18th at 10:30 and Hopkins Place that same day at 2 p.m. And then the following week, on Monday the 23rd, Carriage House is going to be having theirs at 10 a.m. On the 25th, Rock Creek at 10 a.m., Sulphur Springs Imaging Center on the 26th at 10 a.m., and our last one is Friday the 27th at Sunny Springs at 10:30.
And then the walk
And
is?
then the walk is the following week.
Okay, October 3rd, is that correct?
October 3rd at 10:30 at Celebration Plaza.
Okay, that's a Thursday morning, downtown Sulphur Springs. And so participate. If you have or have not in years past, go ahead and set this on your calendar. It is a very worthy cause. Weekly, you are heading up the Terrific Tuesdays on Tuesday mornings at First Methodist.
From 9 to 2.
And you're providing a real resource for our town.
Yes, and how the community can help us with this fundraiser is buying T-shirts.
Okay.
They are $20. The one that I have on and that you have.
Beautiful purple this year.
Yes. Purple is an all-timers color, so we went with purple, and
you have
CBJ made us some really nice T-shirts this year, and
Okay.
and then we also have prizes that we are giving out as well.
How will they buy a T-shirt prior to the event?
They can pick it up at the senior center. They can contact me. You can go to the First United Methodist Church in the office. They have forms there to order a T-shirt. And we'll be at different places throughout. And at any of the mini walks, you can purchase a T-shirt. I'll have those with me there as well.
Really good. Well planned, and we're looking forward to attending and helping out to promote this.
Yep.
Thank you, Tammy Reardon. I know you are also a very busy mom.
I am.
You have homeschooled kids. You are involved in many things in their education.
Yes, very much so. We're very involved with our kids. I've got one graduated a couple years ago and one getting ready to graduate this next coming year.
Okay.
So
Well,
keeping us busy.
Thank you for your contribution to our community.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you, too.
In sports, despite looking good in their first set in a road match at McKinney North on Tuesday night, the Lady Cats volleyball team had a hard time keeping up with the Lady Bulldogs after that and ended up taking a one-sided loss. McKinney North won the match 3-1. Scores listing Sulphur Springs first were 25-23, 9-25, 12-25, and 14-25. In the first set, the Lady Cats jumped out in front 3-0 and never trailed during that set. Perhaps, though, as a harbinger of things to come, the Lady Cats led at one point 24-18. Lady Bulldogs then reeled off 5 straight points to get within 1 at 24-23. Then, in a real agony of defeat moment, a Lady Bulldog server sent the ball into the net, and the Lady Cats led the match 1-0. In unofficial KSST stats, Sydney Washburn led the way in that first set with 4 kills and a block. Sadie Washburn had 3 kills. Erica Van Bentham and Brooklyn Burnside both had 1 kill. Kate Womack and Peyton Hammock each had a service ace. In set 2, the Lady Cats got the first point after a Womack serve. The Lady Bulldogs then scored the next 5 points, and they proceeded to dominate the next 3 sets. Anything that could go wrong seemed to go wrong for the Lady Cats, as McKinney North showed why they came into the match with a 6-1 record. For the match, Sydney and Sadie Washburn had 6 kills and 1 block each. Van Bentham and Burnside had 3 kills. Womack had a pair of service aces, and Hammock had 1. Lady Cats are now 6-4 for the season, and they will play next in a Wills Point tournament on Thursday and Saturday. And it was a tough day on the road for Wildcats team tennis Tuesday as they lost a couple of road matches. The Wildcats day began in Hallsville against a former district foe. The Bobcats took a 16-3 win. The Wildcats then faced Spring Hill Tuesday afternoon, and the Panthers got a 13-6 win. The Wildcats are now 1-6 for the season. They'll be playing in a White House tournament on Thursday and Friday. And that's Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. Thank you for joining me, and so long, everybody.